Well, it's quite an irony that we're starting inside today because last week we started out in a snowstorm. We've got an awesome day for filming today, but I had to show you my Paperwhites in bloom. Now, I know everybody does not love the fragrance like I do. In fact, my wife doesn't like it. She's out of town for a couple days, so I'm reveling in the scent of these wonderful spring-like tender daffodils. But believe it or not, we're working outside today. Follow me! Remember last week when I said that was the last week for planting, and the week before that I said it was the last week for planting? This is the last week we're going to be planting, maybe. I was so excited to find this plant. This is a hellebore, Helleborus niger, and its common name is the winter rose. I've got one right up here, a little one that's blooming now. That's what it does. It blooms in the middle of winter. This is sold as an indoor Christmas plant, but my friend Diana, who works at Hahn Nursery where I got this from, said that she took one and put it in the ground this time of the year, and it's coming back year after year. And so that's what we're going to do. We're planting outside at the end of December. Who would have thunk it? I've been using this Root Assassin shovel, testing it, and I love it. This is the little one. When I first saw this, I was like, this little thing, but oh man, I'm telling you what, getting into these little spots like that, it is perfect. I've got a bigger one out there. We're going to be testing it for the next few weeks, and so far so good with this. I've mixed in some compost. That's just ready for planting. I'll be interested to see what these roots are like. This is, you know, grown inside a greenhouse, and yeah, those roots look pretty good. Oh, that's nice. Oh, you know what? That's a peat pot for a reason. It probably doesn't like to be, but I'm going to peel away a little bit of it anyway. Yeah, I know generally hellebores do not like to be transplanted, so we're going to drop it in just like that, and what's left here will just kind of waste away. And I've got a protected spot here behind these pots that I think will give it a good home. And boy, if that thing blooms year after year after planting this late, that means I got a green thumb. All right, meet me in the vegetable garden. We're still planting. Well, it's become an annual tradition for me to do winter sowing of seeds. Usually, the ground is covered in snow, but I'm going to take the opportunity of this thaw to get some seeds in the ground. And I discovered this about 5 years ago. I left a packet of radishes out in the garden, and I wondered, well, if I just throw them down here on compost, will they just sprout in the spring? And they did. And so we're not turning the soil over. It's too wet. You would destroy the soil structure by doing that. So we're going to throw these on top, throw some compost on top, cross our fingers, and I bet you in the spring we'll have radishes, arugula, beets, and Swiss chard. And I'm choosing seeds that are hard-coated and also love cool weather. And we'll start off with the radishes. When I did this the first time, I put an entire packet of seeds on an area about this big, thinking I wouldn't get any germination, but just about everything germinated. This is going to be a potpourri in here of radishes, that's for sure, and these other things. Underneath here, I've got some plants. Lilies are over here, and some tulips are in here, but that won't slow these down. These will make a good little living mulch, and it's always fun to experiment. These seeds were sitting in the mailbox there all summer, so who knows how good they are, but we'll see. Usually this stuff is sprouting around the third week of March, maybe a little bit later. Some beets. Could feed my whole family from this one bed. We'll see what comes up. We might have a little salad garden here. All right, we're still planting. I'm going to put some compost on top, and I've got one more thing for us to do. We'll let Mother Nature do the watering. All our protected winter greens are doing pretty good. Got through that little cold spell. Sorry about that, Maxie. In here I have some weeds. This is chickweed, which is edible, and we got plenty of it. But mustard greens, even a little garlic coming up. And I found these leeks at Best Feeds, and not only were they just about giving them away, they just gave them away. And I'm just going to poke some holes in here, put the leeks in. Leeks, like onions and garlic, love cold weather, and what do we got to lose? We'll see how they do. Those are nice, huh? All right. Perfect. All right, time to finish up. I could stay out here all day though, I'll tell you. Man, that is awesome. Can you believe we're actually out planting in December? It feels good. Now check me out online. If you've ever thought about being a member of my Seed of the Month Club, now is the time to do it. It's on sale. You can find lots of other garden stories there and videos and blog posts. Till next week, I don't think you're going to get me out of the garden. I'm going to find something else to plant. I do have some pansies in there. We'll see you then.